Most relationships after 35 don't explode, they fade. Not from betrayal, but from drift. Because when no one sets the frame, life fills the silence with confusion. You don't lose her in one fight, you lose her in 100 small avoidances.
Frame isn't control, it's clarity. It's the rhythm that turns chaos into calm. Set your pace, hold your standards, and the right woman will meet you there. Because when you lead with structure, love has room to breathe.
Men, here's the uncomfortable truth. With partners 35 plus, you don't win by dazzling them for a weekend. You win by defining the relationship's frame before the ambiguity chews you up. If you don't set the container, the calendar will set it for you, and busy lives will turn excitement into drift. Frame is not control. Frame is clarity, pace, and standards you hold yourself to. Beat. We're discussing behaviors and unhealthy dynamics, not generalizing to everyone. Use this to spot patterns, set boundaries, and choose healthy relationships. The mechanism is simple. In the mid-30s and beyond, time is scarce, novelty still hits, and unframed connections default to intermittent reinforcement, big highs followed by long silences. That pattern wires your brain to chase and her brain to test, even if neither of you intends it. Without a frame, the most anxious person silently drives the car. So what's the frame? It's the culture you invite her into: steady cadence, honest checkpoints, and non-negotiable respect. Outcome flexible, standards firm. You lead by designing the environment where you both can relax and choose without guessing games. Picture this. You meet on a Thursday, sparks fly, then scheduling turns into Tetris. You wait for signals, she waits for leadership, and suddenly you're two adults with great chemistry but no plan. That's where most men get blindsided because they mistake vibe for agreement. They say, "Let's just see where this goes, Kameen. I like this, but I need safety and time." Verify by, seeing for me means 1 or 2 dates a week, phones away, and a check-in after 6 weeks. Does that work for you? Respond with, "I'm open to exploring, and I keep it exclusive once we're investing weekly time." Let's review in 6 weeks. Notice what quietly flips here when you offer a frame. Spontaneity stops being chaos and starts being a bonus on top of reliability. You're not forcing commitment. You're defining the pace and the review points. That lowers anxiety and lets attraction breathe. Micro story. Evan, 38, product manager in Toronto, started seeing Alia, 36, a nurse with rotating shifts. First date was sparks and scrambled eggs at midnight. Instead of writing the high, he sent one clear text the next morning. Enjoyed that. Here's my rhythm. 1 weeknight, 1 weekend, phones down, and a check-in after a month. She said yes. 4 weeks later, they agreed to exclusivity without pressure, and the sense of safety made the light moments even lighter. Why does that work? Research on decision fatigue shows that when choices are structured, people feel freer, not trapped. Novelty dopamine doesn't disappear. It gets channeled into shared experiences instead of random pings. Compartmentalization eases because the container is clear work box, family box, relationship box, and projection drops since expectations are spoken, not guessed. Here are lines you can copy if chaos starts creeping in. I don't audition for a role in someone's life. I offer a culture honesty, punctuality, and care. If we both like it, we continue. Another, I don't move faster than trust. We can enjoy the chemistry and still keep a pace that protects respect. Let's make this practical. Early on, show not tell your frame. Pick clear times, respect her time, and keep your word. If either of you cancels, the next step is a reschedule, not a vibe check. Quick checklist for what to do. Set a steady cadence after date 1. Specific day, time window, phone free. State your standards early, respect, honesty, and no future faking. We'll review in 4 to 6 weeks. Align on exclusivity before deepening intimacy. If misaligned, slow down, don't threaten. Keep your life pillars fitness, mission, friends, so you're choosing her from fullness, not need. Verify with consistency, not speeches. Adjust or exit if the pattern fights the frame. They say I'm slammed this month. Could mean you're not my priority yet, or I'm cautious and need low pressure structure. Verify by what pace actually works one evening every other week, or should we pause and revisit later? Respond with I value momentum. If now's not realistic, let's press pause and pick a date to reconnect. Here's where most men trip. They sell the future to buy the present. Don't promise trips, keys, or titles to rescue a slow week. Keep it daily and weekly. Are we showing up, enjoying, and growing? If yes, the label conversation becomes a light, factual step. If no, you reduce access and let the truth surface. Micro's story. Andre, 42, architect in Lisbon, co-parents a 9-year-old. He met Lena, 39, who loves last-minute plans. He said, I'm spontaneous on Saturdays 2 to 6. The rest is scheduled by Thursday. She balked, then tried it. Within a month, she stopped testing midnight invites because his consistency made the time they did have feel richer. Notice what happens next when you hold standards. You're not arguing about feelings every night. You're collaborating on a plan and letting feelings follow structure. The right partner leans in. Someone attached to chaos separates themselves without a screaming match. They say, my last relationship was controlling. Could mean I need autonomy and transparency without micromanagement. Verify by would a shared calendar for dates and a weekly check-in feel safe while keeping our independence? Respond with, I won't monitor you. I'll be clear about how we operate and what access comes with honesty. Hold that thought, because the real test shows up during conflict. The frame protects fights from turning into fractures. You pause before you punish. You use low tones, short breaks, and repair rituals. A 20-minute timeout, a 5-sentence debrief, then a plan. Lower, calm verification over accusation. Keep these in your back pocket. I build relationships in daylight. If it needs secrecy or constant drama, I'm out, and if plans keep slipping, I'll tighten my availability until our commitments match our words. These lines aren't threats, they're directions for how you'll move. Here's why this style of framing is magnetic to healthy partners. It reduces ambiguity, which reduces anxiety. It respects autonomy while protecting connection. It blocks intermittent reinforcement, the slot machine highs and lows that train you to chase and replaces it with steady momentum that grows desire over time. About intimacy and pace, you don't earn closeness by pressure. You build it by safety, energy, and play. If one of you is stressed or unsure, you slow down together and rebuild energy, sleep, food, movement, laughter, then revisit. Desire prefers low-stress environments. Give it that. Some partners will test the frame. Late replies after 3 great dates, double booking, indirect jabs. Don't explain your worth. Demonstrate your standards. Reduce availability, invite a reset, or exit cleanly. Your calm pivot is the message. Identity reframe. You're not managing a person, you're mastering your participation. You protect your standards, you communicate your cadence, and you accept outcomes without begging. Boundaries over surveillance. Verification over suspicion. Self-respect over panic. That's the frame. One last line worth saving. I'm easy to enjoy and hard to derail. If we keep it honest and consistent, I'm all in. If not, I'll wish you well and keep moving. If that's the energy you bring, you'll attract partners who value the same. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns like this, direct, practical, and built for men who lead with respect.